together in yourself. Let each of you look not to your own interests, but to the interest of others. Having read that, the message this morning, can we all just get along? Can we all just get along? In 1991, a video captured the immoral beating of a black man named Rodney King by white LA police officers that enraged America, yet highlighted the racial divide that is still alive in this quote-unquote great country of ours. In 1992, the verdict of not guilty of the 4 white officers that brutally beat Rodney King was deemed unacceptable, and it catapulted what became known as the LA riots of 1992. It was an atrocious act of looting, fire, and violence. Los Angeles was in turmoil. But it makes me question, what will it take to move us to action and continue in the fight until we see enduring results of change, rather than pacifying hype from the media that will soon die down once the next hot topic blows through? See, I've been perplexed by the heartfelt and heartless comments that have been made about the death of this father and daughter, Oscar Martinez and little Angie Valeria. This is the father and 23-month-old daughter who were drowned while trying to cross the Rio Grande from Mexico into Texas. Pictures have gone global of their lifeless bodies lying on the ground. Have we become so immune to videos and pictures that it no longer tags
my God.
It never crosses our mind that this is gruesome. We're looking at somebody real dead. But do we think that it's just another movie? Do we think that it's just another, action picture? No, this is real.
Jesus.
Some people are speaking out of compassion of this poor man and his little daughter that drowned. But there are others seemingly without a heart saying, shame on him. He shouldn't have been trying to come in this country illegal. It's not our fault, it's his own fault. What will it take, church, to bring this human race to a point of unity? The Apostle Paul said it best. We need to be of one mind and purpose. That's loving one another. Wanting good one for another. But this means we have to stop looking out for number one, ourselves only, and start looking at what's good or what's going on with our neighbor. Do you realize Oscar Martinez and little Angie Valeria Martinez were our neighbors? Such close neighbors that they could swim over and be in our own backyard. But instead of looking at others as your neighbors, we see them as enemies of the state. They're of a different culture or a different background, or yes, dare I say, a different race, and we cut them off of the path. If we're going to take on a holy mindset, being on one accord, we must take on a spirit of humility. Then we can look beyond the surface of a person and see the real issues of a person. Such as Rodney King. This brother had real issues. But so many people were upset with Rodney King after all of the legal battles and justice sought. You know, his case garnered so much attention. But even after reparations were made, he still continued to drink and abuse drugs. I need for you to know this. Money alone is never the solution. Right? Did anyone ever take the time to find the root of Rodney's issues as to why he drank, why he abused drugs? Before any reparations were given, did anyone take the time to teach Rodney King the value of money, how to use it, how to invest it, how to make the money work for him, not use it to get drugs, to abuse his own body? What about the Martinez family? Does anyone question why people are willing to risk their lives and the lives of their children to escape to a country that overtly says you won't find hospitality here? You're not welcome here. What else is that wall saying?
Wow.
What else are the barracks saying that's keeping small children, young children, stinking and filthy and embarrassed? Surely you don't believe
Come on
that
now.
you're going to find hospitality here.
Surely
you're not seeing that as a welcome sign here. But I think that they're trying to escape. What they're trying to escape from, it has to be worse than what they're trying to escape to. The question really is,
hallelujah.
can we all
That is so true.
just get along? How can we help
God.
one another to live a better, more humane life? Verse 4 says, let each of us look not to our own interests, but to the interest of others. Jesus came that we all may have a more abundant life.
Yes.
God also wants us to not live in a life of bondage. He wants just the opposite. Jesus said in Luke 4 that he came to set the captive free. Sometimes I wonder if we're any better today with our prejudices than the Roman Empire that Jesus stood against in the Gospels. See, when we read the Gospels, we see that Jesus spoke life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness to those oppressed, marginalized, and living in poverty. And I understand that we just celebrated July 4th, which is, in essence, celebrating the Declaration of Independence and the birth of the United States of America as an independent nation. This occurred in 1776. And it was 76 years later, in 1852, that Frederick Douglass delivered a hard-hitting speech that I say, by the divine providences of God, that we have access to today.
Amen.
He delivered the speech in Rochester, New York, addressing the Rochester Ladies Anti-Slavery Society. Now, you do understand that that was a bunch of white women that he, a black man, a slave, was delivering this speech to. The speech was, what to the slave is the 4th of July. And in this speech, he asked pertinent questions to move his listeners to insist and fight for the justice of the enslaved. He asked, the speech quote says, what have I, or those I represent, to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and natural justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than all other days in the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is constant victim. End quote.
Sit down.
God bless the bold soul of Frederick Douglass. To speak out, to fight for justice, regardless of his circumstances, regardless of his condition. It was a long time coming, but 10 and a half years later, January 1st, 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, declaring the enslaved to be free. Now, today, the question is, what will it take to move you, to move us, to continue in the fight for justice? Yes, the slave was set free, but there are still liberties that we must fight for. Are we a liberated people that have the education, skills, and confidence to know that we can apply for any job we desire and have the equal opportunity of those others whose skin color is different to get that job? Do we feel confident when looking for a home that we can purchase in any neighborhood we desire? Do we feel that the education our children are receiving is just as good as the education as a child living in another school district where the children are of a predominantly different race? There are still so many injustices. We must fight. But we need the power of Holy Spirit to embolden us to fight the good fight of faith. Knowing we have the power, the voice to speak for change, we can start right here in our community, in our society, and then follow through into the country. God is calling us today, St. Paul, to hear the voices of Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, yes, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X. These are the cloud of witnesses encouraging us to pick up the mantle and fight on. They each spoke truth to power. Church, are you willing to take a stand for anything or anyone? Can you humble yourself to allow Holy Spirit to speak truth to power through you, using your voice? Holy Spirit desires to use each of us for God's glory. I had an idea, and I know you're going to think that this sounds like a crazy idea, but something that each of us can do. We can invite someone to share a meal with us. Yeah, I know that threw you off. But invite them to dine at the Lord's table with you. See, in Jesus' day, hospitality was of great importance, and the sharing of a meal was of high esteem. You would be honored to be invited to a meal, but it was just as great an honor to have someone accept your invitation to dine. You normally dine with those you had something in common with. At this table that I'm talking about, no one should feel left out. Why do you say no one should feel left out, Pastor? Because we can share in one another's brokenness at this table. We can let them know they're not alone in drinking from the bitter cup. We've all tasted of the bitter cup. We've all experienced brokenness at one time or another. We can help each other much better when we remember what we've come through. We can help someone else when we realize and drop our pride of how God delivered us. When we start to look at the cross, that the cross Jesus Christ hung on was for me. Stop looking at somebody else's issues and look at your own issues. He died just for me. There are a lot of people that we can invite to the table. I feel so sad that it's too late for me to invite Oscar Martinez to the table. It's too late for me to invite Sandra Bland to the table. It's too late for me to reach out and invite Tamir Rice to the table. But there are others that I can invite to the table. Each of us knows someone that's going through. If I had the opportunity to invite Rodney King to the table, I would invite Brother King to the table. But guess what? I know some Brother Kings. I know some Sister Kings. I know some people who are bound by drugs. I can invite them to the table with me so that they can be loosed and set free. I know some sisters and brothers that are living in bondage, that think that they have to live on the street because there's no place else for them. There's plenty of room for you at the table. We can all invite someone to the table, but none of us wants to invite anyone to dine with us if we don't feel like we have anything in common with them. But I invite you, take a moment to go down memory lane and remember the place where Jesus found you. Where he picked you up from the muck and the mire. I know you don't want anybody to know your real story. Because we all have the opportunity to pick and choose what we want to share. But when Holy Spirit really gets a hold to you, when he really transforms you, you won't care what they know about your life. Because they'll see the glorious future that's before you. And when you know the glorious future that's before you, you'll want to invite somebody else to come and share in that glory with you. Church, today, I'm taking this opportunity to invite you to come to the table with me. I will share my brokenness with you. I will share the bitter